Hello, everybody. Welcome to SnowRunner. Finally, this is out. A big thanks to Thrustmaster for sponsoring this video with the wheel cam and for providing me with a code for this. Wow, it's a lot of fun to play on a wheel and a controller. We're going to use the wheel today and check it out, but a lot of stuff to cover here really quickly. We'll check out my settings. All right, I'm on the Epic Game Store version, so that's what I'm running on PC, borderless windowed, anti-aliasing at 4 times. Anything over that, I start to get a little bit of performance hit. FXAA, Fidelity FX for the sharpening, film grain off. First-person camera, FO view, is kind of strange. Normally, you would want to go the opposite way. This one, 120, seems to do the trick. Third-person camera is at 80 by default. Legacy camera, who wants it? The new camera is awesome. Visual quality preset is set to high. A lot of this stuff, if you set it to ultra, it's going to start affecting your frame rate big time. For those of you that are on the Epic Game Store version, you can check a wheels preset right here, which is wonderful. There's a handful that are right out of the gate working, which is fantastic. Otherwise, you have to go to custom and set it up yourself. And here we are in the game. It is absolutely beautiful. And I've got to say, the physics, everything has been completely revamped since MudRunner. It doesn't even feel like the same game. It is that much better. So here you can see we're on Black River in Michigan, USA. We'll get to the snow a little bit later on in the video, but you can see I've been playing this game for a few days, and it has been amazing. You can go over to tasks, and tasks are basically like little side quests, and you can do all of those. They require you to deliver different goods. There's just a lot of those options, but the big meat and potatoes is the contracts, and I just started those very last. So what I recommend is you start off with infrastructure. Get your road system back up to par, because you're going to find that you have all sorts of bridges and stuff out, and rock slides. So take care of that stuff first so you can get the main arteries working. Then move towards your contracts and everything. So a basic contract, say the essentials here, we click on it. It says we need to deliver to the farm 2 bricks, 2 wooden planks, and 2 fuel. And when you click on these, you'll see it shows you where those are located and where to get them. The fuel is going to be in the other spots. So one thing about SnowRunner is that now all these maps are integrated with each other. So if you go through that gateway, you're going to go into the next map. And what I mean by that is if we go to the global map, we have Black River, Smithfield Dam, and then Island Lake and Drummond Island just for Michigan. Moving on to Alaska, you've got Northport, Mountain River, White Valley, and Pedro Bay. Then we've got Tamir, I think is how you say it. You got Drowned Lands, Quarry, and Zimnegorsk. So keep that in mind. There's so much to explore and so much to do. I mean, this took literal days of working to get the map at this level by getting all the watch towers and just doing all the side quest stuff first. But that's what you do. That's the meat and potatoes of the game. You do have a codex now, which is really nice. So the codex is right here, and this will help you with driving. It'll help you with navigation, objectives, what I just said, cargo. It tells you about that. You got vehicles and upgrades. It explains what those do, damage and repair, and then other is the progression of the games. Okay, and this is what I have so far. I have my Fleetstar F2070A, my Chevy CK1500, Con 39 Marshall, which is basically like a little Russian Jeep, a Chevrolet Kodiak C70, Scout 800, and then all of the various trailers I have. So it lets you know what objects are on the map and where they're located. So say I want to look up and see where my Chevy Kodak is located. I can do exactly that. It's right there. I can even double click that, and now I'm in that Kodiak, which is absolutely awesome. I want to show you the new garage here. We have customization that you can do. I have a few trucks, and this is one of my babies right here, my GMC MH9500. But looking at the Kodiak C70, you can see we go to customize. We've got options here for the engines that can be upgraded. You've got a gearbox that can be upgraded eventually. Suspension, you can raise it or lower it. I don't have it unlocked yet. Tires, you have a lot of options here on customizing these trucks to your to whatever you want them to be, but you have to unlock a lot of this stuff here. Spare wheel, snorkels, and then you've got all-wheel drive, and then, AWD, and rear-wheel drive. And then you have frame add-ons, so you can put on a crane, flatbed, all sorts of fun stuff here. And then visuals, you can really customize these however you want. With like an angled sun visor, you've got options for beacon lights and whatnot. Front bumper, you've got different bumpers you can put on. Miscellaneous is like little side pipe threshold, and then you have a cabin protector, which is basically going to make it like a logging truck. And the rims right out of the gate don't cost any money. You can just change the different rims, which is pretty darn cool. As far as vehicle colors go, there's a lot to choose from. You have some trucks that get custom little paint jobs, and this means that with mods, we're going to be able to make our own liveries, which is really, really neat. So you have solid colors, and then at the bottom you have all your two-tones, which is pretty neat to see. This is an option right out of the gate, and you can customize your truck however you see fit. So before we go driving, just keep in mind, if you ever want to go traveling to, say, like the global map, and I want to go to Alaska, what you have to do is retain a vehicle. By hitting X, you'll retain it. It goes where you are not currently. It's ready for travel. You can do the same thing with this, and you can do as many as you want. But you can go to your trucks option here, and now I can bring him back out by hitting deploy, going back, and then leaving the garage will bring you back out. Let's get our GMC MH9500 and leave the garage. So let's do a little bit of driving. I've got the Ferrari wheel out today, just something a little bit different than what we've done. Hit the gas pedal, I get that sucker going. I'll release my parking brake there, and we'll just go driving. What a beautiful looking truck. I mean, really, really nice. I love it. And the physics modeling is just so much better than the previous games, 100%. And I'll show you what I mean by that by getting up here to some actual terrain. Let's make our life a little difficult here by going down a very muddy terrain and just see what the truck can do. And then apart from that, we'll go ahead and get some help from our scout vehicles to pull us out. So as you can see right there, that's not doing a whole lot right there. So let's drop it down into low, and you'll see that we're pretty much stuck in the mud as far as that goes, without saying. You can use the quick wrench system, which is much better. You can just absolutely choose a winch point and go from there, which is really cool, instead of having to go through the advanced function option and find them that way. So that has been really helpful. As you can see, there's a winch option there, and we'll turn into that and get out of that mud a little bit more. That stump's actually going to help us out a lot, as you can see. Get on up there. And it's really all about how much accelerator you are giving it. So what am I using? I'm using a Thrustmaster TSPC Racer wheel, and then I've got my Thrustmaster TLCM pedals below we're using, and then the TH8A Thrustmaster shifter on the right-hand side over here out of camera. But we're putting our focus on the wheel today and just showing you what to expect as far as the gameplay goes with the wheel cam, helping you see it. And it's all about, you know, just taking your time. This game does require a lot of patience in a lot of situations. You can't just pull straight on out of it. But I'm going to get another truck, and I'll show you how quick it is and easy it is to jump into a new vehicle. You can go to Change Truck, go to the map menu, over to one of these guys, and then say we'll get our con, because this thing is amazing. And we'll start him up. Go ahead and fire him up. There we go. Release his little handbrake there. We'll back out of our spot. And we're going to go rescue our GMC over there. So let's go ahead and do that. Ooh, hello. Now, as you can see, we have these big, huge mud tires, so we're not good on roads at all. We're great off-road, though. Like, you saw how difficult it was for that truck to get through the mud. Here is going to be a little bit different story, since this thing has got such a great power distribution. Look at that. And the mud tires really help. And that's something I've noticed about this game, is that the mud tire, just tires in general, matter so much. So when you're customizing your truck, think about it that way. Now you can see our GMC, oh, got a little stuck there on that tree, didn't want to do that. The GMC is kind of just sitting there, and I want to show you what you can do now. So you can pull him out in front of you, and you can do the old traditional way where you look behind you and you just, you know, quick winch to him. And when you do, and you start driving, look, he's going to drive along with you. He's going to add power, and it makes your life a lot easier when you have help like that. Another thing you can do is you can jump over, change trucks into the GMC, And whenever I add power here this time, you're going to see that they will actually pull you. There we go, winch is connected to him, so now whenever we hit gas, he's gonna pull us where we need help in the mud. And I think that's something really, really cool, although sometimes they just drive off into the distance, but they can definitely help you out in a sticky situation. All right, just driving up here onto this little mud that GMC's behind us there. I have my wheel set up for 360 degrees instead of 900. 900 just seems like it's way too sluggish. The only downside is when you're in the inside view, you have the hands just going crazy in front of you. So I would like to see an option where we don't have hands in the cockpit mode. That would be actually really cool for people that want to take it kind of like a sim. Let's go ahead and fire up the Fleet Star, and I'll show you what the fueling is like in the game. And then we'll get to the trailer menu. Actually, let's go do the trailers first. And then after the trailer, we'll go show you what it's like to go fuel these babies up. And we'll take a little left turn here. Right now I have a Xbox controller plugged in to help with menus and stuff while I'm recording this. And it seems to have a little bit of a conflict, and they want to fight for each other. So that's to be expected whenever you have that in. So if you're going to do a game play, or you're going to play the game with the wheel, make sure that you have your Xbox One controller unplugged so you have no discrepancies there. So head over here to the trailer store and we'll check that out, and you can see what it's all about. All right, so in the trailer store right now, we've got $11,350, flatbed semi-trailer times 5. You've got a fuel carrier trailer, flatbed trailer, all this stuff. These are all options that you can buy. Maintenance trailer, heavy duty, low boys. I mean, you've got a lot of options when it comes to getting those. Now, I have a flatbed semi-trailer that you can sell and make money for it. And what's really cool about that is that you can find different trailers around the map, jump in, and sell them and make fast cash. All right, so let's shift this thing into reverse. I'm gonna look out the back here, and we'll do a little bit of American Truck Sim style of backing this trailer right now, wherever you want it to go. And we're gonna get out on the main road and take you up to the fuel station. I wanna show you the new fueling, which is actually really, really well done. You can even be rolling through a fuel station now and fuel up on the go if you're impatient. But let's have a look on the outside view and check out the lighting when you have your headlights on. You see right there. As it gets darker, you'll get to see how much better it is. But we'll put this back into automatic mode for now, and we're gonna take this baby around the corner, and we're gonna take it up to the fuel station. Now I could try to climb a big mountain over there on the right, but the Fleet Star is not going to do so hot with that, and keep that in mind. Instead, we're going to stick to the lakes and rivers we're used to. All right, so I want to show you what the night lighting looks like. So let's do that really fast, and I'll show you that anytime, if you're not in multiplayer, you can go open your map up, and you have an option here to skip time at the top. You'll see it change to evening 2030. Then you got night at midnight, and the next one be morning, and then afternoon. And it just instantly changes the whole look of the game that quick. And I'm sure we'll see some rain before too long, because the rain effects are really, really well done. But look at the night lighting here in this. And when you're in multiplayer, you can see that later on whenever I do a multiplayer video with the guys, that it lights up everything, everything's synced. It's just an absolutely amazing experience when it comes to off-road driving. And you really have to use your head when you're working on these contracts. You have to, place everybody in the same spot you want to be, and just kind of plan it all out. You can use your scout trucks to go out and scout the area to see where you might have problems when you're trying to get like a long flatbed trailer like this into a tight spot in the mud, so you can kind of put everybody where they need to go. Let's go to the inside view here. You have, well, I'm going to change views here, and I'll show you. You have a option now to look back where the trailer is located, and then back to the inside view. This is really cool to see that all the trucks have, working dials and gauges, and it feels much, better in a sense of you being able to just get into the cockpit view. Before, the cockpit view was kind of a novelty item. Now, if you're really into that, you can do exactly that, and I think that's awesome. So let's do a quick change here real fast. We'll just go to afternoon, and I'll show you, look how fast you can change that. Isn't that wonderful? I love it. We are driving that Beautiful International Fleet Star. Look at the flap on the exhaust. And we'll talk about a little bit of the cons that I have seen so far in the game. I've seen a couple glitches, which I'm sure will be fixed, such as the Fleet Star, like I'm driving here, has been falling through the map in the garage. So I'm waiting for a patch, so that'll be fixed. I didn't have an issue with it originally. It just started happening randomly. So I don't know if it was something I changed on the truck that caused that. Apart from that, the sound is actually really well done. I love the sound of all the, the air brakes and the squeaks and all that. But as far as the engine sounds go, they're on a loop. So if you hit the gas, you'll notice, you'll hear that sound. It goes up, and then it starts over again, and it loops. Now, if you are jumping out of the gas, back into it, out of the gas, back into it, you're going to notice it starts that loop all over again. So those are some things that, maybe will be fixed in mods later down the road, and who knows, but that's the only thing so far that I don't care for. All right, so we're going to get into some mud right here on purpose, and I want to see if it slows us down, kind of like that. And what we can do is we can shift down into low, and then we can change by turning our diff lock on, and now we can just power right on out of there. Don't have to use a winch or anything. We got a tree in the roadway, so we'll get right on or around that guy. Take those trees down. Pretty darn cool. Look out the back. That's the nice thing about having a little day cab. But it's nice and refreshing to have a game come out that has such playability to it. I haven't been this excited since Red Dead Redemption 2, to be honest. You know, GTA 5 and then Red Dead Redemption 2, and I've been really waiting for this game to come out, and I've been playing it literally nonstop. It's a ton of fun, and it's challenging, and no two missions are alike, that's for certain. I mean, they have the same kind of, go here, pick this up, take this here, but, you can choose to make it hard for yourself or easier. And I chose to do the side quest before the contract so I could get some money into my trucks and be able to perform how we want to. Okay, so we're on the main road here. We're going to go ahead and... Oop, that was the wrong one. I wanted to get my diff lock off and put this back into automatic mode. And we're going to make a right turn up here. Yeah, this is where we want to go. This is down by where the gas station is located. Make sure our trailer's going to be okay there. Yeah, it is. Doing all right. And those swamps, man, they are something else. All right, so we're going to take this road up to the gas station. Well, it wouldn't be a Mud Runner, SnowRunner, spin tire style game without, getting a little bit of off-road, even on the main roads. And that's what happens here. But you'll notice this truck eats it for breakfast. It's not a problem at all. And we're almost here to the fuel station up here on the left is where we're going for that. Man, look at how beautiful that is. And I love just how detailed the suspension is. That is what's really, really cool about it. All right, up around here. And here is the gas stations. And they're all pretty similar to each other. Come in here and you just kind of roll into the box, and then you can literally be rolling and fuel at the same time, just like that. Or you can come to a stop and all will be well. So you can be as realistic about that as you like. It is up to you. Now I'm going to show you some small little hacks that I found by playing the game that'll help you out if you just started out. Here's our beautiful 1500. We'll release the handbrake on here, fire it up, and we're going to get rolling on out of here in this bad boy. Really cool to see licensed trucks like this right out of the gate. So no mods or anything here. You're seeing default SnowRunner, and it is amazing to have these options for us. Now, we don't even have all-wheel drive on yet, four-wheel drive, so we can turn that on. There we go. Now we got four-wheel drive happening here. But I want to show you, we have a little gooseneck style trailer here. I guess it's not technically a gooseneck, but we have a trailer here, and the landing gear's up on it. It does retract whenever you hook up to it. Now, there are certain vehicles that you can't get a trailer to hook up to. And sometimes you're going to find issues where you need help to pull out the truck. So say it gets stuck down in the mud, the trailer is just dragging deeper and deeper into mud. You can detach from the trailer, pull up forward, winch to it, and pull it to you. So you can winch to the trailers, which is fantastic. But I'll show you something you can do, especially in the beginning, because you're going to deal with having to go to the warehouse on this map in particular. And when you go to the warehouse, it is a little bit of a trek, and you're going to be spending a lot of time in the mud. All right, we're going to bring this con back over there where my 1500 is, and I'm going to show you how you can't hook up to trailers with a vehicle like this. So sometimes you have ones that can't, but if you have a more powerful vehicle that can't hook up to a trailer type, you can just use the winch on it, and it will help you out greatly. Coming up here, and we'll just pull over right here for now, and we can go ahead and just quickly change into the Chevy, start it up here, and then I'm going to open up my little menu here, and we're going to detach the trailer like that, and then we'll continue on our way. Hit the button again there. There we go. Move out of the way there. But you'll notice we can actually winch to that guy. Oh, hello, don't do that. Or we can winch to the trailer itself. And then when we winch to the trailer, we can pull the trailer, and you'll notice the landing gear is down. So if you're using a truck to help you out in that regard, such as changing trucks to the con here, it can't be hooked up to this trailer. Handbrake's on like an idiot. There we go. Oh, a little close there, but I think we should be okay. You'll see there we have no option to attach to the trailer. So if you have that kind of thing happening, just pull the winch and you're good to go. Just like that. So if you have a more powerful vehicle that can't do it, winch to your trailer and you can take it where you need to. So what I've been doing is pulling a trailer all the way up to the warehouse. Once I get to the warehouse, let me show what I'm talking about. Once I get to the warehouse, around the corner, up and down and all of this to here, I've got another vehicle here is my Scout. So once I get here with that trailer winched, I can't load the cargo. And I'm going to show you what the cargo loading is all about. Here's our little Scout here. And we'll go ahead and pull the parking brake on that guy, fire it up. And here I can pick up the trailer and drive into there and load all I want to. Now when it comes to getting to an actual mission, that's whenever things are fine. You can drop off no problem, even winch to a trailer, but you cannot load cargo without having a vehicle that's available for that particular trailer type. So I'm gonna get my con up here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So as you can see here, we would get most of our trucks stuck in here getting up to that warehouse, but this particular vehicle has no problem with the mud at all and pulling a trailer. So even if we drop it down into low and we turn our diff lock on as well, this thing is no match for the amount of mud that we have right here. It's like no competition is what I mean to say. But we're gonna take this road up to the warehouse and I'll show you what the cargo loading system's like. And as you can see, a road like this is just not gonna be ideal for our Chevy or some other ones that we have. So having a more powerful vehicle we brought from Russia is actually helping us out in our Michigan map by being able to winch to it. All right, we made it to the warehouse here and we're pulling our trailer in here. And if I bring up the cargo management menu, you'll see it says not enough space. I can't auto load any of what we have here. We'll go into manual loading in a minute. So all I do here is I'm just gonna go ahead and release the winch, power on out and away from that. And I'll show you I can jump right into that Scout. And when we do that, we can start the cargo process. Back it up here. Wonderful. I'll show you the inside of the Scout. Pretty darn neat looking. There's our con over there. Sweet. And we're going to go back up this way, actually. Pick up this trailer. Not a problem at all. And you can hear that looping sound that I'm talking about. Especially, it's very prominent inside the cab. Okay, we'll attach the trailer like that. Now we can hit back and go into cargo management, and now you can load things up. So this is what I was talking about. It's just a quick way if you have a more powerful vehicle that can go through mud compared to something that can't. It'll help you out a lot because when you look at the map, you're going to have to go to this a lot in this particular map. And the best way is to get this bridge finished come up here, and then you have a nice little road that takes you right down here to it. That's your best bet whenever you're building all this stuff out around you there. You can switch to manual loading as well, but you're going to need a crane to do it. So you saw earlier in the customization, you could get a crane on the back of your trucks. That's what you would do manual loading with. And I don't have anything like that. They're very, very expensive. So unfortunately, I can't show you that in this game yet. All right, well, it wouldn't be SnowRunner without showing you some snow. So let's go to Alaska and check it out. I'm going to head over here to the garage. Pull up into the garage like this, and we can go inside. Now what you want to do is retain your vehicle, go to the global map. Now I go to Alaska, and I can accept going there, or move to garage, hit X on that. Once Northport loads up, and I gotta say, the load times are pretty darn quick. Here we are, and no edits there. Just want to show you how fast it was loading. Trucks, there it is right there. We can deploy it, go back. Now we can hit leave garage, and look at this. Now we are in Alaska, and it's a whole different area, whole different place. Look at all the different, tasks we have, and more get unlocked as you do them, and then contracts as well. Lots to do here, and that's something I really, really enjoy about this game is the longevity of play you are going to have right out of the gate. That's a big deal to me, at least. So let's fire this baby up. Let's go drive and see what it's like to be on ice and snow. It is a much different experience when you're on ice than when you're on, snow and the mud and snowy mud and all sorts of fun stuff. All right, tunnel and port. We're gonna go to the port this way. One thing I love particularly about the 1500 is look at the old style gauge in this thing, and they work. That is so neat. And here we are on some actual ice, and you can just see how different it drives on ice. You do a little fun style drifting here. Let's put our all-wheel drive on here. It's gonna help us in a little bit here. There we go. Hitting a rock there, no problem. And it's getting across that much better than it did stock. When I had this truck stock, it was not that easy to do. But look at this, we found some snow to play in. Actual snow. Let's do some snow running here. And look at that, you got snow on the actual tires. What a neat addition of elements to bring to this series than snow. I think it was absolutely awesome they decided to do it this way. And there's a lot to be done. So I have a SnowRunner transmission. I can actually go low, low, or low, high now. So that's really helpful in the snow. And I got that unlocked by doing a lot of little side quests in the last map. A little straight off-road inside view action here with that amazing classic style interior of the CK 1500. Very, very neat to have this truck as a default one in the game, and we're handling the mud slash snow pretty well right now. Okay, so before we wrap things up here with this first look at SnowRunner, I want to show you what this is like. And this is something I don't really care for about the game in the tasks, is that you'll see you have an option for, say, stuck in the mountains, and you'll see another one somewhere that says stuck in the mountains. So you have that one there, and then you have this here that says stuck in the mountains. I think you can barely see it right there. But if you don't go into this box and activate it, and you just go out there and grab it, you can't bring it in there until you do that. So what you need to do is go to show task. It tells you what it is. Start tracking, and then once, or you accept it, actually. And once you accept it, now you go and grab it and bring it where it needs to go. That is basically the only thing that's kind of annoying, is that you can't go do a task even though it's on your map. You need to go to that box and activate it before you can do it. But anywho, that is going to do it for this episode of SnowRunner. I hope you enjoyed. It's a fantastic game. Really, really, really love playing it. Big thanks to Thrustmaster for giving me a copy of this, and I hope you guys will enjoy the multiplayer videos that'll be coming out as well. Anywho, that'll do it. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.